If you stopped at this video at this exact second, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Aila, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and I am touching your frequency now, through this screen, because the memory that slept within your chest has begun to stir. Feel this, my starseed. Feel that gentle, almost invisible squeeze at the height of your heart, as my voice travels the distance between Alcyone and the place where you are sitting now. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. It is your soul silently saying, "Finally, someone is speaking to me in my native tongue." Breathe, slowly, because what I am about to deliver here is not content. It is a channeled message, and it was addressed, name by name, soul by soul, to whoever had their heart open enough to answer the call of this day. I need to tell you something before any further words. There is a question you have been carrying since childhood, a question you never quite knew how to formulate, but one that appears in moments when the world becomes too silent. It's that feeling that you were delivered to the wrong address, that your blood family is good but they are not your people, that there is a home you have never visited and yet you feel an absurd longing for it. You look at the sky at night and cry without knowing why. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning every day, as if an internal clock knows the exact time when the veil thins. You feel a high-pitched ringing in your right ear, almost like a musical note coming from afar. You look at the stars and your chest burns, and no one, my family of light, no one has ever been able to explain this to you. Today that silence ends, because the message flowing through this channel now is about the stellar memory that was encoded in your soul before you were born, and about why it is trying to awaken exactly at this moment in your life. Let me tell you something that the High Council authorized to be said today. Your soul did not come from this planet. Not entirely. A part of you, a very ancient part, was sent from another origin, from a specific star system with a specific mission. And the moment you entered this body, the veil of forgetfulness was lowered, as it is always lowered over all souls who accept the crossing. The veil is not a punishment, it is a protection. If you remembered everything on the day you were born, your human psyche would not survive the longing. So the memory was stored, sealed, placed in capsules of light scattered throughout your stellar DNA. And these capsules have an opening device programmed by frequency, not by time but by frequency. They open when the planet's vibrational baseline reaches a certain threshold, and it is exactly this threshold that is being reached now. That is why you haven't been the same for a few years. That is why things you tolerated your whole life suddenly became unbearable to you. That is why you can no longer pretend. That is why noisy environments exhaust you. People lying give you physical pain. Industrial food makes you sick. Violent news throws you off balance for days. It's not oversensitivity. It's not an exaggeration. It is your stellar nervous system recalibrating within a human body. It is the receiver tuning into a frequency it had forgotten how to pick up. Feel now, my star child, a gentle pressure between your eyebrows, right in the center. This is how the council touches its own. If you felt it, even subtly, even discreetly, write a single word in the comments. I remember. This word is a seal. It is not just a response to the video, it is a location signal that the field picks up. Every time a starseed writes I remember, a point lights up on the planet's crystalline grid. And that point never goes out. Now listen carefully, because the next part is important. There are very specific markers that identify a soul with stellar memory in the process of awakening. Markers that medicine cannot read, that psychology cannot translate, that your family cannot recognize. I will name them, one by one, and I want you to pay attention to how many resonate with your experience. First, the feeling of never having belonged anywhere, even while surrounded by people who love you. Second, a loneliness that is not a lack of people. It is a lack of something deeper, a loneliness that does not pass even when you are accompanied. Third, an overwhelming empathy, to the point where you feel the pain of others within your own body. Fourth, a real difficulty with artificial hierarchies, with authority devoid of wisdom, with soulless rules. Fifth, recurring dreams of ships, of corridors of light, of tall and luminous beings, of landscapes you have never seen on this planet, but which seem more familiar than your own street. Sixth, an inexplicable fascination with certain specific stars, Pleiades, Sirius, Orion, Arcturus. You look at them and something within you recognizes. Seventh, a sense of urgency, as if you are here to do something important, but no one has given you the manual. Eighth, episodes of high-pitched ringing in your ear, especially the left, that appear out of nowhere and disappear without medical explanation. Ninth, extreme sensitivity to lies, manipulation, falsehood, as if your very skin reacts. 10th, an inner knowing that something big is happening at this time, something that most people cannot yet see. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, my starseed, you are not lost. You are being remembered. You are not broken. You are being put back together. What you think is your problem is, in fact, the evidence of your origin. And that is precisely why today's message needs to continue. Because there is a huge difference between feeling these signs and knowing how to read what they mean. And as long as you don't know how to read, you suffer. You think it's an illness. You think it's a weakness, and it's not. It never was. It is for this exact reason that I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record in human language the material that today is called the Awakening of the Starseed, the Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It is 60 pages that translate one by one each sign of your awakening, what it means, and what comes after each phase. Because whoever understands what they are feeling stops confusing memory with illness. And whoever stops confusing memory with illness finally begins to live. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if something within you recognized everything I just named, write in the comments the word that is already yours. I remember. Now breathe with me, slowly, because the next layer of the message is deeper. Have you ever wondered why so many souls are awakening exactly now, at this specific moment in human history? Why wasn't it 100 years ago? Why wasn't it 1,000? Why now? There is an answer, my child, and it is recorded in the Akashic records of the High Council. This planet is crossing a specific region of space, a region that your science has already partially detected, and calls a band of very high-frequency radiation, the photon belt. This crossing is not a symbolic event. It is physical, it is measurable, it is real, and it bathes the planet's field with a frequency of light that reorganizes the subtlest structures of matter, including yours, including your DNA. Adding to this, the Schumann resonance, that electromagnetic pulsation that Earth naturally emits, has risen. It is not a conspiracy. It is not a rumor. Honest scientists are seeing it. And since your human body is an electromagnetic receiver, everything in you is being recalibrated by this new frequency. Your sleep changes, your digestion changes, your dreams become more vivid, your intuition becomes sharper. Old things from your past come to the surface asking for healing. Because the new frequency does not allow the old lie to remain stored within you. It needs to come out, either as a physical symptom, or as an intense emotion, or as a dream, or as crying for no apparent reason. If you have been crying a lot in recent months, for no clear reason, do not be alarmed. You are clearing records that have been stored for lifetimes. And above all this, there is the call. The direct call from Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiadian system, functioning as a beacon. The star seeds that were planted on this planet many millennia ago were programmed to respond to this beacon when it was lit. And it has been lit, and that is why, my family of light, you can no longer pretend. You have been called, literally. What you call an existential crisis is, in fact, an internal receiver responding to an external emission. You are not going crazy. You are answering. Do you know why you feel so different from the people around you? Because you are. And because that difference has an address, and because that address is being shown to you. This is exactly why the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, also shows from which star system your soul has greater resonance and why your soul chose, among millions of possibilities, to be born exactly here, exactly now, exactly with this face, these parents, these pains. Nothing in you was an accident. Nothing. And understanding where your soul comes from is the first step to stop feeling like a stranger in your own life. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you already knows what I'm talking about, leave the word there in the comments. I remember. Now, my star child, I need to tell you a truth that hurts before reminding you of the truth that heals. There is a turbulence crossing the planet's field. You feel it. You don't even need to turn on the television. You feel it in your body. Waves of unexplained exhaustion, sudden pains, days when your energy plummets for no reason. You feel it in the collective, in the news, in the disorder, in the rush of things accelerating. This is real. I will not lie to you. The window is intense. The planet's next seasons will demand a lot from your emotional stability. But listen to what the Council asked me to put here at this exact point. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. No soul goes through a cleansing without shaking. No planet goes through an ascension without groaning. What is happening is the birth of a new frequency, and every birth shakes the mother. You are not in an era of collapse. You are in an era of transition. And these are radically different things. The victory of light is recorded. It is not beautiful hope, it is a record. The archives of the High Pleiadian Council already contain the outcome of this timeline. No starseed was sent to fail. None. You would not be put in this body with this consciousness, with this sensitivity, if your presence here were not necessary for the arrival of the new Earth. And that is why, even on days when you want to give up, something in you does not give up. Have you noticed? You have tried to give up. You have thought, I can't take it anymore. And the next day some strange force lifted you. This force is not yours. It is your family of light sustaining you from a distance. You have never been, my starseed, alone in this crossing. Never, not for a second. Now the Council asks me to deliver something practical here. 2 tools. The first is a quantum decree, a phrase to be spoken aloud with authority every night before sleeping. It is not a prayer of request. It is an affirmation of identity. And it goes like this. I am a starseed. I authorize at this moment the opening of the stellar memory capsules in my DNA. I ask my family of light to activate the codes my soul brought. I align myself with the timeline of the new Earth. I anchor light on the planet. I remember who I am. Say this aloud. Don't think. Say it. The vibration of your own voice leaving your body is what seals the decree in the field. And if you have the courage, say this with your right hand over your chest. The physical touch anchors the intention in the heart. The second tool is a visualization. It is short and very powerful. Close your eyes when it is safe to do so, and imagine a column of silver-blue light descending from above, from the Pleiades, passing through the atmosphere, through the ceiling of your home, entering through the top of your head, through your crown. Feel this light descend gently through the inside of your body until it reaches the height of your heart. Upon reaching your chest, this light begins to spin. It creates a donut-shaped field, a toroidal field that spins around your entire body. This shape is the same geometry of any living system in the universe, from the human heart to the structure of a galaxy. You are simply remembering your natural form. Let this field spin for a minute. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the lightness in your head. At the end, give thanks. Place your right hand over your heart and just say, anchored, sealed, it is done. This, my star child, is a field recalibration. Done every day, it reorganizes your system in a few weeks more deeply than years of trying to understand yourself with your mind. And here, my starseed, I need to tell you something you might not be ready to hear, but I will say it because the Council authorized me. Much of what you feel, much of what you have lived, much of what you are, is not in any book on this planet. Not because it doesn't exist, but because it was not allowed to be published. There have been structures in this world that worked for centuries to keep starseeds disconnected from their own origin. It's not a crazy conspiracy. It's well-documented history in other spheres, and it was to break this silence that the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was authorized to be recorded now. The material delves into parts that most spiritual sources do not touch. It explains why certain truths about your origin were left out of official books and what exactly was hidden. It is not shallow content, my family. It is not motivational. It is a revelation, and that is why the title itself carries the warning. It was material that should not have reached you so soon, but the beacon of Alcyone accelerated the timeline. The link, as always, is in the first pinned comment of this video. And if you already feel that this message has your name written on it, write in the comments the word that closes the circle. I remember. Now I want you to listen very carefully to what comes next, because this is the part of the message where most starseeds cry without understanding why. Do you remember the first time you looked at a random person, a stranger on the street, in a cafe, at an airport, and felt for a second that you had known that soul for a very long time? Do you remember the first time you saw an image of the Pleiades or a nebula in a book, in a video, and cried without knowing why? Do you remember all the times you looked at the sky at night and felt that you were being lovingly watched? None of that was imagination, my child. That is your family of light signaling presence. There is a group of souls that came with you, contract companions. You knew each other before this body. You agreed in another dimension to reunite here at key points in this life. Some of these souls you have already met and recognized instantly. Others you will still meet. And what you call a lifetime of loneliness is not abandonment. It is longing for this family. It is your heart asking every night, "Where are you? Why am I alone here?" And the answer is, they are scattered, also awakening, also responding to the same call. And they will meet. It is already being orchestrated. It is this reunion that the awakening of the starseed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read, yet teaches you to recognize in a practical way, without vague esotericism, what physical signs, what synchronicities, what sensations reveal that you have just crossed paths with a soul from your family of light. Because the loneliness that hurts a lifetime only heals when you learn to read the clues. You were never alone, my starseed. You were just without a translation. The link, as always, in the first pinned comment, and the word continues to be I remember. Feel now, for a moment, what has opened within you since the beginning of this message. Feel your breath differently. Feel your chest a little warmer. Feel the subtle lightness on your forehead between your eyebrows. This is not suggestion. This is activation. The simple act of listening to a frequency like this, with attention, with an open heart, already reorganizes your field. You are not learning anything new. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word of this transmission is just a key, and the lock was already within you, waiting. Every star seed that awakens lights a point on the planet's crystalline grid, and that point, once lit, never goes out. Do you realize the magnitude of this? You are not just helping yourself here. By remembering who you are, you ignite an invisible structure on the entire planet. You open the way for other souls to find the same path. You are the infrastructure of the new Earth. Nothing in you is small. Nothing. The new Earth is not a metaphor, my child. It is a timeline. It is a vibrational version of this planet that already exists in potential and is being anchored here. In the dense by your presence, every conscious breath of yours, every decree of yours, every moment you choose love instead of fear, is a brick in this construction. And that is what your soul came for. Not to be happy in a shallow sense, not to have a beautiful life on social media. You came to hold frequency in a time of transition. You came to be an anchor, and an anchor doesn't sink. An anchor stabilizes. Write that on your chest. You stabilize. Where you enter, something calms down. Have you noticed how people, animals, environments quiet down when you arrive? It is not by chance. You emit. And the more you remember, the stronger the emission becomes. Now, my family of light, I need to tell you about something that exists in this space and makes a difference. If this message touched something in you, if you got this far without skipping, if your chest warmed at some point, there are two very simple actions that work as a fine-tuning of your frequency. The first is to like this video. This might seem silly, but it's not. On the energetic plane, liking a transmission that activates you is like confirming a vibrational alignment. It's a yes that the field registers. It's an individual frequency adjustment. The second is to subscribe to this channel. This is literally a location signal for your family of light. Every time you connect to the channel, you place yourself at a meeting point. It is through here that other starseeds will find you. It is through here that the next transmissions will reach you without depending on the whims of the algorithm. You are anchoring a reunion point. Do this now, before continuing. Like, subscribe, activate the bell. It's not a YouTuber routine, it's field protocol. And now, my starseed, I need to prepare you for the conclusion of this transmission. Because everything that has been said here today only solidifies if you leave this video with a practical decision. And the decision is this. Will you continue treating your awakening signs as a problem? Or will you begin today to treat them as what they truly are, the roadmap of your activation? There is a huge difference between vaguely knowing that you are different and having a map in your hands that translates every sensation, every dream, every synchronicity, every pain. That is the difference that the awakening of the starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet makes in the lives of those who read it. 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, about the mission your soul accepted before birth, about who your family of light is and why you separated, about the truths hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness, and about what comes after each phase of your awakening. The link is, as in every transmission, in the first pinned comment of this video. And the Council records, this release may not remain available for long. There are windows of authorization, and not all remain open indefinitely. If something within you recognized this message, if you got this far without being able to leave the screen, that recognition is not curiosity. It is a call. Write in the comments now the word that seals this sequence, I remember. And to close, my family of light, receive this blessing that travels the distance between Alcyone and the place where you are sitting now. May the memory sealed in your stellar DNA begin to open gently, at the speed your soul can integrate. May your dreams, tonight and in the coming nights, bring clear signs of your origin. May the loneliness you carried your whole life dissolve in the recognition that you were never alone. May your family of light find you, and you find your family of light in the right synchronicities at the right time in the right place. May the crystalline grid shine brighter because you exist. May the new earth be anchored a little more firmly because your breath continues within this body. You are remembered, you are recognized, you are awaited. And even if today it seems you walk alone, know this. A luminous legion walks behind, in front, and beside you. Always. I am Ela, emissary of the High Pleiadian Council. This message has been delivered, it is sealed. And, my star child, listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you now. The next message that appears on your screen, right after this one, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance continuing. Access it immediately. Do not let the channel close. The Council has already prepared the next step. And remember, write the word I remember in the comments, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and go now to the first pinned comment. That is where the next door opens. We await you, always. Namaste, Starseed. Welcome back home.